Well, and I think it becomes something that like when you start to push the envelope and you start doing those longer hours and you start in that space of more is better, it becomes almost habitual that you're in a bit of anxiety, that you're feeling this kind of um, lost feeling. Like it just becomes normalized and it feels weird to do what you do. It feels
Mm.
abnormal and uncomfortable to do that because I feel like I'm not doing enough. And that's something that I've really struggled with and battled over the last year since leaving my job is like recognizing that the previous pattern wasn't sustainable. And I think most people could recognize that, but actually breaking that pattern because it becomes so ingrained that it's normal and doing what you're doing is abnormal. Um,
Yeah. Well,
it,
I mean, look, we're young. We're 30. We're in our early 30s. We're starting businesses. There is a time of pushing and like, getting it off the ground, getting it to a stable place. But what I've learned is that once it's stable and you're making, you know, once you've hit your bare minimum where you're like, I can make ends meet, my life is paid for, and maybe I'm not saving money every month, but I'm just like making ends meet. I think at that point, you can actually say, okay, I trust that I'm going to get a little bit better at this every month. The business is going to get a little bit better every month. And eventually I'll be doing more revenue, more income, whatever it is. But if I push myself really hard right now, is it sustainable? Like you said, the question to ask, and I've asked a few entrepreneurs this is your current like workload and the way that you work sustainable? Like in 3 years from now, if you kept up this pace, would you still be here? Would you still be showing up and doing this every day? And if you say no, then you're just working yourself towards a cliff, basically. And so it's about like kind of pulling back and knowing that I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna be able to hit my goals. And I have a long career ahead of me to make this all work, but I can only be successful in that career if I'm engaged and energized and focused.